Hello everybody, how y'all doing today? Jay here with another video log. I'm just taking a break from studying and I wanted to talk to y'all about something today. It's getting really hot in here, so I hope you don't mind me uh, looking not as fresh as usual. Anyway, so I wanted to talk about online dating today and the real statistic behind it. Now, when I'm studying, I like to be an A student, you know. When I was younger, it came really easily for me. I just had to sit in the class and everything was kind of recorded, like on the first go. If they explained it well, I understood it, and then I internalized it and I just threw it back up for the test. No problem. Uh, so I actually had quite a bit of ease, like throughout my entire schooling career. And then I thought, let's do something challenging. Let's go out there and let's be somebody or somebody and someone and join speech and debate. And that's where my passion for speaking comes from. And I've always been passionate about trying to like talk to people and help out people or just to make some people laugh here and there. So that's how I ended up on this in the predicament that I am. So let's talk about online dating really quickly, because as you all know that I'm doing a couple of videos about it. The reason why I want to talk about it today is because I've been studying, and when you study and you try to be an A student, you gotta be around the 93-94% mark all the time. That's the very least that you should be hitting. Most of the time, a lot of A students are somewhere between 96 to 98%, which is pretty cool. And the reason why this applies to online dating is because you have to actually be the A student of online dating in order to get responses. And here's why. I read in an article the other day where two people created two accounts, or one person created two accounts. I don't remember the full details, but one had a picture and one didn't have the picture. And both of these accounts, within 2 hours, got about 40 messages, which is crazy. Uh, a lot of these messages are, people who are putting the blast messages on repeat and just messaging everyone they see. And a lot of these messages say hi and they don't know what else to say. But the reason why I'm bringing this up is in order for you to be successful in online dating, like I'm pretty sure people who take this seriously and at least dive into the facts a little. And here are the things that I want to disprove for a little bit. One of the things that they tell you to do if you're a guy is if you have to hold out and only message the people that you're interested in, because if you're interested in that person, you have more of a chance to keep the conversation going. The other thing that would directly contradict this is do not message people about how they are, who they look, or what they look like. Talk about something in their profile. I have done exactly that for the longest time. Let me tell you, it doesn't work very well. A lot of times when you highlight something in their profile, they're just like, I just put it there so people would like have something to message me about, but I really don't want to talk about it. I just kind of want to meet somebody and talk to somebody. So here's the thing, right? Out of all my successes and failures, I feel like a lot of people, when they put something up there, it's not like they would talk about it a lot. They'll just put it there so that like what constitutes them as a person. Especially these people who write longer profiles. And they're like, oh, this is how I am. And they give you a complete book to read, so they expect you to be able to woo them, per se, which is like thematically impossible. If you're able to woo somebody with words on the internet, I think the person that you're wooing, there might be an issue there. Just because they are falling in, they're probably like, they're falling in love, or they are attracted to an image of how they perceive you to be. And I know that, the online wall of anonymity does that sometimes. That's why I always advocate, go out and do it in person. But a lot of people who resort to online dating are people who, like, it's not like, they're single, they have a lot of free time, they have their own place, and they just are looking for somebody. Because if they have all that, they're probably doing things that are fun and meeting people at like conventions or whatever, and they're doing it in person. People who go and use the internet to search for people online are usually people who are like, I have a roommate, I'm still in school, I'm blah 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 blah. I fit like all of those categories: living at home, your parents or such and so on and so forth. So uh, yeah, that's what I mean. A lot of people who have these online dating expectations are just widely skewed, and it's so hard to compete with like 40 other people within the span of 2 hours. How is that even possible? A lot of times, sometimes I want to message some people and they're like message inbox limits. I imagine that most females have to buy message space just because of the enormous amount of trash that they see every day. It's really horrible and impossible to like filter all that out. So here's my tip to you guys and gals for online dating. If you find somebody attractive, and I imagine it's true for the women as well, if you find somebody attractive, you hold out, you're like, oh, I want to talk to only people that blah blah blah. The attractive people you find attractive probably have a lot of options, and you have to shine through the competition is fierce. Sometimes if you just keep throwing yourself at a brick wall and nothing sticks, you begin to feel bad about yourself. It's only natural. When that happens, I suggest you need to take a break from it and recharge yourself with stuff that you find entertaining and you can build up your confidence with. For me, it's like online gaming. It's going back to school and being a baller student, because stuff like that comes usually pretty easy for me. And it's a nice confidence booster when you say, yeah, I'll go to school and I kind of get A's or a B average, it's no big deal. So do something that you know will work for you. And the other tip is message as many people as you can. You shouldn't just reserve your messages for people that you find attractive just because you're competing with so many other people. You don't know who can pleasantly surprise you, the traditional senses of idealism of beauty and like worldwide beauty and people who critique that kind of stuff, they're cool and all, but I really think that in today's day and age, that's all standard bullshit. Just because there's nobody in the world that has like, oh, this beauty transcends time and grace and blah blah. But beauty is a fleeting thing, so it should be celebrated, and it should be celebrated so immensely that we throw billions of dollars into it. Why? Why? Like if that was the case, God, just some people just buy Photoshop and make yourself look beautiful however you can. Who the cares about that? The traditional senses are all bullcrap. The best thing that you can do is make yourself sound interesting, and everybody has a unique personality. Just like, if you're 1 in a million, there are probably 100,000 people just like you out there. Actually, 500,000, because if you're 1 in a million and there's 5 billion people, which now is like 6 billion or 7 billion, I don't know. Population boom is like a thing. I remember when I was young, the commercial said, "Oh, 5.1 billion people on the earth, and 183 countries have Cartoon Network or something." And I'm like, cool, that's really nice. And like when I went into high school, it was like, oh, 6 billion people on the earth. And that's like what, 10 years ago. I could only imagine that right now it's like 7 billion. But who knows? Like population boom is a thing. Y'all are having too much crazy sexy time parties. So. But here, my recommendation to you all is, message as many people as you can and be nice, because sometimes you're pleasantly surprised. Treat this online dating thing like a giant chat room, so you don't have to be disappointed or like get ignored all the time. And if you're the more attractive people, I'm just so sorry. It's just so hilarious because probably your inboxes are flooded all the time with hi and dick pics and probably vagina pics too. Who knows? So I don't know what to say to you. You probably should try someplace else. If you thin the herd and saturate, like make this less saturated, maybe people can actually like um, find a real connection from time to time. But that's not to say like if you're a hard worker and you don't have time to like find people somewhere else, you should just still be on online dating. Just man, craziness that goes into it. So I saw a Philip DeFranco vlog the other day, This really made me laugh because it was about online dating. One of the people said something along the lines of, "Oh yeah, how do you approach people? How do you ask them out?" And one person said, "Oh, I just go on Tinder. I swipe right once, and sometimes I end up with a dick in my mouth." So it is that easy for some people. And if you're a girl out there, you probably know my woes a little more. But if you're somebody who is less favorable, seeking somebody more favorable, so like if you're a guy and you're seeking a girl, or if you're a transgender seeking a specific type of sex, or like anybody, it's a little bit harder. So yeah, that's my advice to you. If you get tired, do something. Build up your confidence. Go and have fun and be happy in some other way, because this can take a lot out of you. The more time you spend on something, the more important it is to you. The harder you're going to fall when it's not going well. So being a well-rounded person, you got to find things that you're like, oh, I'm kind of good at this. A lot when I was younger, I didn't appreciate like silly games that made you feel good about yourself. Like there are games just that you can beat, like Kirby and stuff. But I realized that not a lot of people can beat Kirby either. Like Kirby Adventures, Kirby Superstar, it's just like a little thing. You fly, you have infinite jump, you can destroy every single thing. Like all you have to do is take your time. Like even then, people like fall down, and some of the bosses are really hard, so people just die to the bosses. So I'm just like, oh my god. But yeah, like if you ever need a confidence booster, just go play one of the games that are deemed easy, and if it's pretty challenging to you too, then congratulations, you now can be a master of hand-eye coordination in the Kirby level. Until next time, keep on being positive and awesome. Remember to have a little fun. I'll see y'all in the next video when I'm not like sweating bullets, or when I'm not trying to be like getting an ace in everything that I do. An ace, an ace, not acing. Blech! Whatever. Y'all know what I mean. Just sending good vibes your way and send it to everybody else. And fear not, if anything happens, just take it for what it is. Just do the brilliant things that you gotta do to keep yourself up and afloat, because the world is crazy out there, and we've already surrounded with so many negative imagery. Thing that you gotta do is you gotta know it's there, be safe, protect yourself, and then like do whatever the you want after, as long as it doesn't hurt anybody. So, alrighty, I've droned on long enough. I'll see y'all very soon. Goodbye.